Hello, dear test takers. Welcome back to my Grammar for Success channel. I am Koresh Babu, a retired lecturer in English from Hyderabad. In today's video, I am going to explain the grammar questions given in the 2016 TET paper 1. And I think I need not say repeatedly or again and again how important the solving and the practicing of the previous year's question papers are. You know that they help you get acquainted with the question paper pattern, the kinds of questions, and the posing of the questions also. They also help you get more confidence over the subject. Therefore, I request all of you to watch this information packed and fully explained video till the end without skipping it in the middle, so that you can benefit from this video largely. And before getting into the video, I request all of you to consider subscribing to my channel, and if possible, please share this video with your near and dear ones. Thank you. And now let's get into the video. All of you know pretty well that the grammar questions in your question paper will begin from 61st question onwards. And at the beginning of the question paper itself, he has given you a passage. Okay, a big passage is given. You have to read this passage. Whenever a passage is given, you have to read it. You have to answer the questions given below. Okay, that is the job you have to do. And here a big passage is given, and I'll show you the passage. And after I read it for you and I make you understand this passage, and afterwards, let us answer the questions carefully. Right, so it's a big passage. Okay, it has gone for 3 slides. Okay, and here this passage is all about overweight and obesity. Right, and here let me read this passage very quickly and give you the meaning of it. Okay, being overweight is perhaps the biggest single health problem among middle income groups all over the world. All over the world, among the middle income group people, this overweight has become one of the biggest health problems. That means most of the middle income group people are suffering from overweight. Okay, that is the meaning of that. On an average, over 50% of the adults, that means more than 50% of the adults in the developed countries of the world are overweight. Most of more than 50% of the people in the developed countries are suffering from overweight. There is a close relationship between the amount of food we eat, and especially starchy, sugary, fatty food, and obesity. There is some relationship between this overweight and obesity. So the food we eat and this obesity. Okay, here you see that some relationship is there. Where between the food we eat, what kind of food we eat? Generally we eat starchy food. Starchy foods are carbohydrates, food containing carbohydrates. Rice is a kind of food containing so many calories of carbohydrates. Sugary food means okay, sweet and all that. Fatty food means mutton, chicken, all that things are the fatty food causing fats. Okay, and here and between the food we eat and obesity, there is some relationship, there is some link. Okay, being overweight is not normally a question of glands or hereditary. Some people say their overweight is because of their glands and heredity. So we should not blame the glands and heredity, because this overweight does not have anything to do with the glands and heredity. We should not blame this heredity. Right, it is almost entirely a question of eating too much of the wrong type of food. So we are being overweight. It's only because we are eating all wrong type of food. Okay, we are eating all starchy food, we are eating sugary food, therefore we are growing overweight. And go to the next paragraph. Obesity begins from the time one is a baby. This obesity, what happens, begins when you are a little baby. How most parents love a fat chubby boy. So generally parents don't want their children to be weak, slim, thin and all that. They want their babies to be chubby. Chubby means plumpy, obese and all that. That's why what they do with the result, they grossly overfeed their children. What do? They feed their children with more food. Even if the children don't want to eat, what happens, the parents out of love and affection for their children make them eat more. Of course, they are supposed to eat 100 grams, but they feed them more than 200 grams of food or 300 grams of food. So in this way, what happens they start growing obese. They start growing plump or chubby, because when you are chubby, people, what happens, love you very much. Only you remember when you come across little children who are chubby, you love them. Chubby means budduga undadam, budduga ladduga undadam, konta budduga untene you love them. Okay, if the children are weak and thin and like that, you don't like. Bakkapalsaga unte manam general ga ishtapadam, bodduga unte ishtapadta. So that is the reason why what happened, they want, these parents want their children to be chubby, right? With the result, they grossly overfeed their children. So the risk of coronary attack begins from the childhood itself. So coronary attack, heart problem will develop from that age onwards in those children, right? The chubby child means plump child, obese child. What happened, who many parents are so proud of. So generally parents feel very proud of their chubby children, not weak, slim, thin children, right? And becomes a hot case later on in his life. And this chubby boy will become a man having a heart problem when he grows big, or when he grows into an adult, right? The eating habits formed in childhood continue for the, we go to the second slide, for the rest of one's life. So the food habits that are formed in the childhood will continue in his adult life also. That is there, with the result that by the time the infant has reached the age of 15 and is well on the way to have a weight problem when he becomes an adult. So by the time he grows into the age of 15, he becomes very stout, very plump, very chubby. And afterwards, when he grows into an adult, what happens, he still becomes a plumpy boy, a plumpy man, and like that, he will be very stout and very fat and all that. Okay, surprisingly, when a small amount of excess food can make one put on weight. So even if you eat a small amount of excess food can put weight on you. So that's why we should eat whatever the food we are supposed to eat. Even if you eat any excess amount of food, that will put on you some weight. That danger is there. It's a matter of simple arithmetic movement and exercise take off weight. Yes, generally what happens, if you do some movement of the body, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is called arithmetic movement. You say when you are doing exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, like that, you read out the numbers. So that's called arithmetic movement and exercise will take off weight. That is okay there. Okay, if the calories coming in by way of food or in excess of the calories going out by way of movement and exercise. So when you do some exercise and movement means walking here and there, jumping, running, hip hopping, and those things are there. And at the same time, exercise is also there. So with the help of this movement of the body and exercise, what happens, is we can burn the calories that we take in. Okay, when we eat, you can say lunch, what happens, so many calories of energy will enter our body, and we consume only a few of those calories, and the remaining calories, what happens, the calories become stored in our body as fat. So the remaining calories, for example, after eating, so some food you have eaten, you have got 1000 calories of energy. Out of this, you have burnt only 300 calories by doing this work and that work and some exercise and movement, and 700 calories have remained there. And now what happens, these 700 calories will be turned or stored in the body in the form of fat. Excessive amount of calories will be turned into fat. This is the point we have to understand. And what happened, and obesity begins. Then what happens, you start suffering from obesity. Okay, big thighs, big hands, and tummy, what's that, pot belly, and all such bad things will, the body becomes shapeless when you become obese. Even if a little excess mounts up in the course of time, the result is substantially overweight. Even if you think you are eating only a little bit more, that a little bit more will definitely put some weight on you. That's point you have to understand. Obesity is also a matter of one's luck and metabolism. So this obesity, sometimes, it's only a matter of luck and metabolism. Some people eat and drink enormous quantities of calories and yet never put on weight. It's a surprising thing, because certain people, what happens, they eat more and they drink more, but they don't put on weight. It's really a surprising thing. One of my friends, when I was working in Nagarjuna Government Degree College in Nalgonda, what happened? No, there used to be my friend. He used to eat, drink, and do so many things. But he never used to put on weight. He used to be very slim. So that was really amazing. And even if I did not eat more than what I am supposed to eat, I was so stout and plump in those days. So it is like that. Sometimes it's also, that's why obesity is a matter of one's luck. It's a matter of luck. Okay, some people eat and drink enormous quantities of calories and yet never put on weight. That's there. Okay, now let's go to the third slide, on which there is some one paragraph of this passage. Come on, let us read that. So remember one thing, dear test takers, we cannot come back to this passage. Okay, now you understand this passage here only. Now let's go to the next slide. So this is the last paragraph of the passage. Okay, their bodies seem to burn up these calories. Okay, those slim persons, it seems the calories they get through eating food will be burnt up like anything. I think that they are lucky people. Yet there are other people, unfortunately the majority. So the majority of the people that is not they don't have that much luck. Okay, and even if they eat a little excess food, what happens and have an increase in weight, immediately they put on weight. Okay, that problem is there no matter how hard you exercise. So some people exercise a lot. They go to the gym and they do some exercise. Even if they do some exercise, you will never bring down your weight substantially by exercising alone. Only by doing exercise and by going to the gym, you cannot bring down your overweight. That is the meaning of that. What should you do to you can say reduce your weight or to bring down your weight? Means you must jog for a mile or walk hard. This is very important. Walk for 4 miles. This is important, please. You must jog for a mile or walk for 4 miles. 4 miles means 1 mile is equal to 1.5 kilometers. 4 miles means in that way, what is that Yes, 6 kilometers. Okay, so 4 miles means 6 kilometers. That means every day we must walk for 6 kilometers so that we can reduce some overweight. And that's why even if we do some exercise and jog for a mile and jog for 4 miles, walk for 4 miles, what happens? To be able to eliminate the effect of only slice of bread. Oh, that means a slice of bread means only a small weight will come down. A small weight will be reduced, but not all the weight. Okay, you walk for 6 kilometers, you jog for 1.5 kilometers, and you do exercise in the gyms. Okay, even if you do all these things, what is that? You will reduce. Okay, only a little bit of one slice of bread means here only a little what is that weight, little bit weight only you can reduce or you can bring down. That is only there. This gives you an idea of what little effect exercise can have for bringing down weight. Now from this you understand, in bringing down one's weight, exercise itself is not enough. Walking is there and jogging is there. You must jog, you must walk and kilometers together, then only you can shed your overweight. Until then you have to suffer from overweight and obesity. So this is all about the passage. Okay, now I hope you have understood the meaning of this passage. Now here are given some 5 questions. Under each question 4 alternatives are given. You have to choose the most relevant one as your option. Okay, as your answer. Now let's go to the questions. What is that? Now answer the following questions choosing the right options. Right, and here you pay attention. The only way in which one can reduce weight effectively is, how can we reduce weight effectively? Means here 4 options are given: to jog, walk briskly every day, or to control one's food alone, by exercise alone. What is it? To jog for a mile weekly once. So if you have observed these 4 options, what you understand from that, this answer lies in this passage only, and therefore you can say, what is that? You have to jog for a mile and walk hard for 4 miles. So this means to do jog and walk briskly. This is only your answer. 2, 3, 4, these are not the correct answers, because here he says, by exercise alone you cannot reduce your weight. By exercise alone, you cannot reduce your weight. You have to jog for a mile. You have to walk hard for 4 miles. This is what he says. That's why to jog, walk briskly. Briskly means quickly or fast. Okay, every day. This is how we can try to reduce or bring down our overweight. So now let's go to the other questions. Dear test takers, now let's go to the 62nd question. The calories become stored in our body as fat. The calories become stored in body as fat when number one, movement and exercise are more. So when movement and exercise are there, can the calories become fat? No. Can the calories be turned into fat? No, this is wrong. Okay, intake calories are more than outgoing calories. So this is correct. So first one is wrong. Intake calories more and the outgoing calories. No, you are taking more calories, but you are burning less calories. Then only these intake calories, when the calories are more in our body, they are turned into fat. Okay, this is the right one. And third one is also wrong. Outgoing calories are more than the intake calories. No, wrong. As what is it? A small amount of excess food is eliminated from our body. Wrong. So here 1, 3, 4. These three are wrong. Only the second one is the right one, because when intake calories are more than the outgoing calories, burning calories, this automatically the calories will be stored in the body in the form of fat, right? And you go to the next question, 63rd one. Who are lucky according to the passage? Okay, and here 4 options are mentioned. Those whose bodies do not burn up calories. Okay, wrong. Those who eat little but put on weight. Wrong. Those who eat excess and put on weight. Wrong. Those who eat well but do not put on weight. This is lucky. These are only lucky people. Who are lucky people means only who eat well. Who eat well. They eat chicken, they eat mutton, they eat biryani, this and that, everything they eat. Even then they don't put on weight. They are only the blessed people. They are only the lucky people according to this passage, right? 64th one is there. Most parents overfeed their children because, why do the parents overfeed their children? Made them overeat, made their children overeat means the reason here is they want to be more caring. Okay, they want to be more caring means they want to be more loving towards their children. Is it the right one? No, this is not the right one. Every parent is expected to be loving and caring. Parents are generally caring and loving. So that is not the thing. And all parents are loving and caring. Okay, in that, for that matter. Okay, and the second one, they want their children to be healthy. No, they don't. All parents want their children to be healthy. So this is okay. This is a common aspect. This is a common aspect. Everybody wants to care their children or love their children. Every parent wants their children to be healthy. Okay, but here, why do they overfeed their children? Means because they want their children to be chubby. This is the right one as far as my knowledge goes with this passage, and whatever is written in this passage, according to this passage, they want their children to be chubby. Chubby means somewhat plump, somewhat obese, somewhat stout and fat, somewhat not fully stout and all that. Okay, somewhat, because if the little babies are chubby, then only they look so cute, they look so beautiful and all that, and that is why the parents want their children to be chubby. That is why they overfeed their children. That is there. And the fourth one is there. They want to protect their children from the risk of heart attack. No, this is wrong. So first, second, fourth are wrong. Only the third one is the right one. And you go to the next question. 65th one. Which of the following statements is true? Which of the following statements is true? So here, last question is there of this passage. The biggest health problem that the middle income groups perhaps face is being overweight. This is only the very first one is the right statement, true statement, right? And all others are wrong. No, here you read the second one. Only the people of middle income group suffer from obesity. It's not like that. Oh, not just the people of middle income group people. Actually, all people of the world suffer from, not just middle income group people. All income group people will suffer from obesity. Obesity is common. So overweight is different, and here obesity is there, and here, and that's why this is wrong. And about 50% of the middle income group people are income group are overweight. So here about 50% is not correct. This is wrong, because here about 50% in the text, in the passage, what happened? They said above 50%. About is different from above. Above means more than 50%, but here about means almost, more or less, approximately, that is the meaning. So that's why, since about is used instead of above, this is wrong. Okay. And fourth one is there, only the people of developed countries are overweight. This is not correct. Okay. Only don't think the people of developed countries are what is that, overweight. In the world, all over the world, people is suffering from overweight. Okay. So that's why, so first one, sorry, second one, third one, fourth one, these are wrong. Only the first one is right. And now let's go to the next question. 66th one is there. The technique of scanning is used while. When do we use scanning? Scanning is used, so look at the options. Okay. For reading for specific information in the text. Okay. Scanning is used while reading for specific information. This, the very first one is the right one, and the second one, third one, fourth one are wrong. How? Let us see that. Reading headings and subheadings, they don't need scanning. Scanning means, suppose your result has been declared in the newspaper and it is there, all your numbers are, suppose your number is to 630 to 6 or something is there. Okay. 630 to 332 something is there, and to find out that number in the first division or second division, in our days, we used to search for numbers, so my number is 632 332, that is the number. So I used to search for, in the third class, 632, like that. Scanning. So you scan, that means your attention will be only on that particular number and not on the other number. That is called scanning. Searching for particular or specific information is called, what is the scanning. So this is not correct. Looking at the illustrations to comprehend, no, scanning is not required for this. Reading the title to anticipate the content, this is not you can say suitable to this. So these three things are not what's meant for scanning. Only for specific information only we use scanning. So this is the right one. Now we'll go to the next question. 67th one. Ram says to Sita, I like laddus. Okay. And here this sentence is in the direct speech, and naturally the question will be change it into indirect speech or reported form or reported speech, like that they say. So let us see the question also. The reported form of the above sentence, that means the indirect speech of the above sentence. So how to change that into indirect speech? Let us change it into indirect speech before we see the options, right? And now you see, Ram says, generally reporting verb, this is called reporting verb. Generally this reporting verb is said or said to. Okay, but here it is in the simple present, says to. Then what should you do? Tells. Had it been said or said to, you should have said, told. But here it is only says to, then it is changed into tells. Okay, Sita is there. Okay, and now to connect the reporting verb, and this is direct speech. Okay, whatever the statement put in the inverted commas is called direct speech. To connect this reporting verb and this direct speech, we should use the linking verb, linking word, that is, that. This is the linking word. Okay, that we have to write. Afterwards, you change the direct speech. I like laddus. I like laddus means I means who? Ram. So you turn it into Ram, then it becomes he. Okay, and here, and like is there, that like becomes likes. See one thing, the reporting verb is in the present tense. Okay, simple present tense. Therefore, this should also be in the simple present tense. You should not change anything. Okay, suppose if it is in the past tense, then you should have changed it into the past tense. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, so all the present tenses must be changed into past tense. Okay, there is a rule like that. Okay, but here the reporting verb is in the present tense, so therefore no question of changing it into past tense. So that should be as it is. But since this I is changed into he, what takes into it? Takes likes laddus. I like, he likes, because in the simple present, third person singular, the verb takes yes or es. You know that very well because you know the tenses, right? And here this must be the answer. Now shall we check up our answer with this answer with those options? Okay, here you see this. Now let us see that. Okay, what is it? Ram tells Sita that he likes laddu. The very first one is the right one. Ram told Sita that he will like. Wrong. Ram said Sita. No, wrong. Because says to must become tell. So no, it cannot become said. Okay. Ram said Sita, wrong. Ram said to, wrong. So these three are wrong. Only this one is the right one. And you go to the 68th one, the number of voiceless sounds present in the pronunciation, in the word pronunciation. How many voiceless sounds are there? So if you, to teach you this voiceless sounds, I must tell you one thing. What is that? What is that? I need some space to explain all these things. You know very well, we have, what is that? 24 consonant sounds. Consonantal sounds. All of you know very well. We have 24 consonantal sounds. These 24 consonantal sounds are divided into two groups. How? Voiced consonantal sounds, voiced and voiceless. Okay, voiceless. Voiced consonantal sounds and voiceless consonantal sounds are there. What are the voiced consonantal sounds? Voiced means they require the use of vocal cords to pronounce them. That means when you put your finger on your epiglottis here on the throat, what happens? When you are pronouncing these voiced consonantal sounds, that must, your throat must vibrate. The epiglottis must vibrate. Then you must think it is a voiced consonantal sound, right? For example, what are they? A, da, ga, ja, la, ma, na, gna, ra, za, zda, da. This is da, not top is da, s, va, ya, za. So this is za. Ba, da, ga, ja, la, ma, na, ga, na, gna, gna, ra, za. This is z. Za, da, va, ya, za. These sounds are called voiced consonantal sounds. Voiceless consonantal sounds are, what is that? Now I'll talk to you about the voiceless consonantal sounds. What are the voiceless consonantal sounds? Cha, fa, ka, pa, sa. Okay. Sh, ish, ta, tha. Okay. Ishtata. So cha, fa. This is fa, please. Cha, fa, ka, pa, sa, sh. Okay. Sh, ta, tha. So this is tha, this is da. Okay, remember that. These are voiced consonantal sounds. These are voiceless consonantal sounds, and they don't require the use of, what is that, vocal cords. Okay, they don't require the use of vocal cords, and they are pronounced, okay, with the help of the air that comes freely through the lungs, from the lungs to the mouth, where what the tongue, lips, teeth are engaged. You see, cha, cha. What is being engaged? Cha. Cha means tongue, teeth, lips. Okay. Fa. Fa means again lips are being engaged. Ka. Ka means one. Pa. Pa means lips are being engaged. So when you pronounce these voiceless consonantal sounds, what is that? The tongue, the teeth, you can say what is the lips are engaged, and they are pronounced with the help of air that comes freely from the lungs to the mouth. Now let us see how many voiceless sounds are there in that. Okay. Now you know the pronunciation. Now you see that pronunciation. If you cut the word into syllables, okay, pronunciation. So pronunciation. So this is there. So here, how many voiceless sounds are there? Pro, this P is there. Pro, this is one. She. Okay, she. Two, sha. She, sha. So this is that. So pro, one voiceless sound. She, second. Shan, third. So in this way, in the word pronunciation, there are three voiceless sounds. Okay. Now let us see the options. Okay. What are they saying? 5, 2, 3, 4. How about is the right one? This 3 is the right one. Okay. All others are the wrong one. Now let's go to the next questions. 69th one. Read the following sentence carefully. Identify students in order, starting with the student who walks to school most often. So here are given some statements, and you have to choose you can identify the students in order, starting with the student who walks to school most often. So here, who are the students walking to school? Let us see them. Murthy usually walks to school. Okay, usually walks. Generally he walks to school, but he often goes on a bicycle. Okay. He often goes on a bicycle, and usually means generally he walks to school. Okay, and Jairaj never walks to school. Okay, he lives far away. Satya always walks to school. Okay, Venkat sometimes walks to school. Okay, sometimes. Okay, here who walks most to school? This Satya, number one. Then comes number two, Murthy usually walks. And here Venkat sometimes goes. This is number three. And Jairas never. This is number four. Now we have to keep them in an order. What is that? Yes. What should be the answer? One means C. Okay. And two means A. Okay. Venkat sometimes goes. Sometimes he goes. D. Okay. And then Jairas never walks to school. B. So this is the order. This man goes most often to school on foot. Next to this, next to this, next to this. So it's like that. So let us see the options here. Jairaj, Murthy, Venkat. Our option is C. What is that C? Satya. Satya is here. Then A. A means Murthy. Okay, correct. D. Then what is Venkat? Then Jairaj. Okay. So Satya, Murthy, Venkat, Jairaj. This is the order of the students who go to school most often. On foot. Okay, that's why this is the right answer, and this is the wrong answer. Wrong. This is the right. Now let's go to the next questions. 70th question is there. In this question, there are given two sentences. Okay, the students have some knowledge about math. Some is underlined. The sum from chapter 2 is very difficult. This is the sum. So these two words are underlined in these two statements, right? Question is clear. Now, what is the examiner asking you? Let us see that. The underlined words in the sentences A and B are called what? That is the question. What are they called? Let us see the names. What are the names? Homonyms, acronyms, allophones, homophones. These are the options. You have to we can say choose the right answer from these four options. And before you give the answer to these questions, we have to know about these four words. For example, let me tell you about this. What is that? Homonyms. Okay, homonyms are there. What is that? Phones are there. There are three kinds of words that are always confusing to the students. Homographs are there. Okay, homographs. See, these three words are there. Okay, homonyms, homophones, homograph. These three words are there. They are always confusing to the students. So here, in all these words, homo is there. Homo means what? Homo means same. There is a root word, same. Okay, here now I'll talk to you about these homonyms later, but let me talk to you about the homophones. What are the homophones means? Phone means what? Sound. Okay, homo means same, phone means sound. That means same sound. What is that? Same sound. That is the meaning of that. Same sound means what? That means homophones means words. What is that? Having same sound means same pronunciation. Okay, same pronunciation, but okay, different. What is that? Different meaning and different spelling. This is there. Okay, same pronunciation but different meaning, different spelling. These words are called homophones. So for examples I will give you here for these things. For example, sun is there. Okay, and sun, S-U-N, sun is there. S-O-N, sun. Sun. Both of these words are being pronounced alike. Okay, in the same way. Sun, same pronunciation, but the meaning is different. Sun means the sun rises in the east. The sun sets in the west. Sun means my elder son is in the USA. Right. So sun means sun. So here week is there. Okay, week and what is that? Week. 2 weeks are there. Weak. This W-E-A-K, weak means I am very weak. She is very weak because of COVID. Okay, she has become very weak. And week means 7 days a week. Okay, there are 7 days in a week. That is correct. So like that, there are many words. Two is there. Okay, two is there. Two means two. You know very well. Two means this is too much. This is there. So anyway, I don't want to give you more one. And here also some is there. some and some. So here some, S-O-M-E, some, same pronunciation. S-U-M, some. Some means I have some, will you give me some water? I have some money in my purse, some money. Some, what is the sum of these? You can say amounts, 42, 56, 84, 96. What is the total, what is the sum of these? You can say amounts, sum, total, sum. So some. So here these two words are there, and from this you can understand they are nothing but homophones. Okay, homophones are there. And let me tell you now itself, so that you may have a very good idea, and that will be very, very helpful for you for your future examinations. For example, homographs are there. Okay, homographs are there. Okay, homograph. Homo means same. Okay, graphs means written. Same written. Same written means, okay, same written means words written in the same way. Words written in the same way. Written in the same means same spelling, in other words. Okay, words having same spelling. That means words having, what is that? Same spelling but different, okay, different meaning and different, what is that is what pronunciation, okay, different pronunciation. This is called, these words are called homographs. You can easily understand them. Homo means same, graphs means written. Okay, same, written means same spelling. They are written in the same way means they have same spelling. That's the meaning. That means words having same spelling but different meaning and different pronunciation are called homographs. And for them I'll give you some examples here. Okay, homographs, for example, I have, tear is there. Tear, I'll write the tear, tear. Okay, tear is there. Tear, let me say, this is the phonetic transcription. Okay, tear. Tear means what? Tear means a drop of water that comes from the eyes is called tear. Tear. And one more is there, same spelling. This is tear, this is tear. Okay, tear. Tear means what? To rip or to rend. The tiger, if you come across a tiger, what happens? It will rip you, it will rend you into pieces, it will tear you into pieces. So in this way, tear, tear. So same spelling but different pronunciation, different meaning. Last example here I would like to give you, wind is there. Okay, and another word is also there, wind is there. W-I-N-D, wind. Wind means a movement of air. Okay, that is there. Okay, wind. Okay, you have to say wind. Okay, wind. This is there. Wind. Wind. Okay, and phonetic transcription this is. And wind means what? Wind. 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 Wind means you wind your watch. Okay, you give a key to your watch. Giving key to the watch is called winding. And winding works. Sri Rama winding works, or some winding works, some copper wire will be winding, fan winding works, like that, like wind, a movement of air is called wind. Wind, wind means to twist, to twirl, that is called wind. Wind, wind, tear, tear. So these words are have the same spelling but different meaning, different pronunciation. Such are called homographs. They are very, very helpful for you in your future examinations. And coming to this, and these two kinds of words are called homonyms. Homonyms means homographs and homophones both together are referred to by the word homonyms. Homonyms means homophones and homographs. Okay, right. And here acronyms are there. Acronyms means what? Abbreviations. Okay, abbreviations being pronounced as a word. Abbreviations pronounced. Okay, N-O-N-C-D, pronounced as a word. Okay, pronounced as a word, abbreviation. For example, NATO is there. You cannot say NATO. Do you say NATO? No, you say NATO. For example, WHO. You say WHO. You are pronouncing this abbreviation as a word. NEET. Okay, you know that very well. NEET examination. Oh, NEET. MSET. EAM-CET. You don't say, I am writing EAM-CET test. I am writing EAM-CET. You don't say that. You say MSET. This abbreviation, it can be pronounced as a word. NEET, WHO, and UNESCO is there. UNESCO. UNESCO. It's just like, UNESCO. Such abbreviations that can be pronounced as words are called acronyms. Okay, and here allophones are there. Allophones means I'll explain these things here. What is that? Allophones means what is that? Phonemes. Okay, phonemes. This is a big one. Phonemes means I will tell you orally about these phonemes. We have 26 letters. Okay, in the English alphabet we have 26 letters, and out of these 26 letters, what is that? 26 letters, and 44 sounds have come out, and these 44 sounds are called, what is that? Phonemes. Okay, they are called phonemes. And of these 44 phonemes, sounds are phonemes, 20 are vowel sounds and 24 are consonantal sounds. And already I have told you about the consonantal sounds. Of these 24 consonantal sounds, we have two kinds: voiced consonantal sounds and what is that? Voiceless consonant sounds. I have already told you about these 24 consonantal sounds. Here, what is that? Phonemes are there. What is that? Phonemes having different, what is that? Having phonemes having different what is that? Pronunciation are called what is that? Are called allophones. Phonemes having different pronunciation. For example, what is that? Love is there. La, la. Love, la. Sir, cool is there. Love, l. This is la, this is l. Same. These two are the phonemes of what is that? L. Let me say, what is that? Cat. Center. This is giving the sound of ka. This is giving the sound of sa. Ka and sa. Same phoneme. That is the, what is that? This is the phonetic transcription. We have to write like this. So the phoneme is sa. C is the phoneme. For this phoneme, we have two sounds. Ka sound is there. Sa sound is there. Okay, they are called allophones. Such sounds, phonemes having different pronunciations are called allophones. Okay, this is the full information. Are you following me? Now, the students have some knowledge about math. This sum from chapter 2 is very difficult. Now, same pronunciation, but different spelling, different meaning. They are called homophones. And homophones means same sound. Homographs means same spelling that is there. Okay, right. Now, let's go to the next question. So, out of this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is right on this question, 70th question. Clear? Now let's go to the next question. 71. Tell me how you found that out. So this part is underlined, and now let us see what the examiner is asking you to do. The underlined part is, he has left it, and the underlined part is what? Options are given, you see. The main clause, no. The adjective clause, no. An adverb clause, no. The noun clause, yes. This is there because this is standing as an answer to this question. Tell me what you asked this question. Tell me what. How you found that out. So whenever you question the verb with what is that? What or whom, you get the object. You get the object. So, but here the object is, what is that? The object is in the form of a sentence. Then this is called a noun clause. Tell me what, how you found that out. So generally, an object can be in the form of a word, or in the form of many words, or in the form of a sentence. So here the object is in the form of a sentence. How you found that out? It's an object. So it is standing as an object to this verb. Therefore, it is a noun clause. So it is not a main clause, it's not an adjective clause, it's not an adverb clause, it's only a main clause. Okay, now let's go to the next question. 72nd one. I was upset by her mistakes, but I dash. Okay, I dash. I dash means here some dash is given. What to use in this blank one? Let us see the question. Complete the sentence choosing the correct idiomatic expressions. Okay, I have already told you in other videos that you should learn some very important idioms and phrases, because they are going to be very, very useful and helpful to you in your examination, right? And here, what are the options given here? Lashed my tongue. I was upset by her mistake. She made so many mistakes, and I lashed my tongue. No. I was on the tip of my tongue. No. I bit my tongue. Yes. I slipped my tongue. No. I bit my tongue means I refrained. What is that? I refrained from speaking out. I refrained from speaking out. When the higher officials make some mistakes, even if you know it is a mistake, you cannot, correct it. You cannot speak out. You bit your tongue. You just close your mouth, shut your mouth. So that's why lash in my tongue wrong was on that. Only bit my tongue is the right one. That means refrain from speaking out. That's the meaning of this idiomatic expression. So you have to use here, I bit my tongue. Now let's go to the next question. The horse galloped away. Here away is underlined, and let us see the question. The underlined word is an adverb of what? Here 4 options are time, no. The horse galloped. If it is a time, that must be an answer to the question of when. And this result is there. Why? You ask, when you question the where, we eat. Why? So that we might live. So this away is what? Place, where. This stands as an answer to this question. The horse galloped where? Away. He stood where? Here. She stood where? There. We searched for the lost dog where? Everywhere. Something like that. The horse galloped where? Away. So here it is standing as an answer to the question of where. Where means place. Okay. So here this away is an adverb of place. Therefore, it is not an adverb of time, adverb of result, adverb of frequency, but it is an adverb of place. So third one is the right one. Now let's go to the next question. 74th one. If it should rain, they will not come. This is a beautiful sentence. And now what is that? What is the question here? Here, should expresses. In this statement, should is used. If it should rain, what is that? It expresses what? A command? No. An obligation? No. The necessity? No. It expresses only a supposition. Supposition means what? Supposition means possibility or likelihood. If it should rain means, what is the meaning of this? It is indicating less likelihood, less possibility. Of course, it is not cloudy. It is serene. The sky is serene. It is not cloudy. If at all it should rain, if it should rain means it is not going to rain, but if at all it rains, that is the meaning of that. So here you see the difference. If it rains, this is right. If it rains means what? It is likely to rain, and if at all it rains, that's the meaning. It is not going to rain, but if at all it rains, that is the meaning of that. So here, expressing more less possibility, likelihood. That's why this is called supposition. So if it should rain, less likelihood, less possibility of raining. Okay. Now that's why these 3 are wrong. Only this one is the right one. And you go to the 75th one. I showed to the policeman my identity card. I showed the policeman my identity card. Right. And now read the sentences A and B and then choose the correct option about them. Okay. And here, what is that? What are the options? Only B is correct. A is correct. A and B are correct. What is that? Which one is correct? Right. I showed to the policeman my identity card. Most of the people will be using to after this verb to. Don't say I showed to him, I showed to her. I showed him itself is enough. Unnecessarily we are using a preposition after this verb show. Okay. That's why we should not say I showed to her. No. Simply say I showed her. Don't use I showed her, I showed him, I showed them. But don't use to after this one. This is wrong. So that's why I showed the policeman is correct. Don't say I showed to the policeman. Wrong. So this is the right one. Therefore, what is that? Only B is correct. Right. All others are wrong. Now let's go to the next question. 76th one is there. I congratulated him on passing the test. Okay, it's a beautiful sentence. Okay, and what is the question? Another form of the above sentence. That means how can it be expressed in another way? That is the meaning. How can this statement how can this statement be expressed in another way, in another style? Okay, now let us see the options given here. I congratulated him until he had passed the test. No, wrong. I congratulated because he had passed the test. Right. I congratulated because of he passing. No, I congratulated because of is also not correct. Okay, right. And here I congratulated owing to passing. No, wrong. So only the second one is the right one. All others are wrong. And now you go to the 77th one. Identify the grammatically correct question. Grammatically correct question. What are the options given here? What height is Mount Everest? No. How tall is Mount Everest? No. How much height is Mount Everest? No. How high is Mount Everest? Yes. Why this is correct and why these are wrong? Let us see that here. Okay. Here high is there. Okay. High is there. Generally what happens, generally high means, it is used for things. Okay. It is used to describe things. Let me say describe things. Okay. Things which measure a larger distance from the bottom to top, from the bottom, from this bottom to top, like this. It is high. That's why you say a high, what is that? A high wall, a high hill, a high, what is that? Window. Okay, a high, high mountains, high mountains. Okay, mountain. High, what is that? High, what is that? Hills. So like that, these are all, what is that? They measure a larger distance. They measure a larger distance from the bottom to top. Okay, that is used for generally things. And here tall is there. It is generally used for people. A tall young man. She's a tall girl in the class. Amitabh Bachchan is a tall man. Generally, this tall is used for persons and high is used for things. Okay, that is there. So here, how high is mount? How tall you should not say, because it is generally used for persons only. That's why this is wrong. And here, how high is how high? That is from the bottom to top. That is the meaning. 78th one is there. He was negligent and therefore the company suffered heavy losses. So this statement is given. Okay. And here the sentence can also be written as, that means the sentence can be recast as, that can be rewritten as how? 4 options are given. On account of his negligence, okay, the company, there should be a comma please, okay, the company suffered heavy losses, right? This is only the right one. The very first one is the right one and all others are when this is the right one, all others must be wrong, okay? This is why he being negligent, the company suffered heavy losses. He being, he being negligent, you cannot say, okay? His being negligent must be there. You cannot say he being negligent, his being negligent. Okay, right. In spite of his negligence, the company suffered heavy losses. In spite of his negligence, the company suffered means a meaningless statement. Though he was negligent, the company suffered. So in this way, all these statements, all these statements are meaningless and incorrect. And only this is grammatically correct. On account of his negligence, the company suffered heavy losses. Right. And 79th one is identify the sentence in which the order of the adjectives is. What is that? Correct. Order of the adjectives. How to write the, you can see if there are so many adjectives in a statement, how to write all of them. That's an important thing. And before talking to you about this statement, I will just give you, first of all, whenever you want to write the adjectives, order of the adjectives, please keep this point in your mind, order of the adjectives. Order of the adjectives. Okay. First, you must write the adjective indicating opinion. What you think about that. That must be about that, that must be written first. Okay, this is the first. Then what is that? You must write size of the object or person or anything, size. You have to write the size, the adjective pertaining to size. Then what is that? Age. Okay, age you have to write. Then what is that? Shape. Next, about its shape. For example, one object is there. Okay, about this object, what you are thinking about, okay, that must be written first. Then about its size, then about its age, then about its shape, then about its what is that, color, origin, color, about its origin, about its material, about its purpose. These things are to be written in an order. Suppose you are describing an object. First, you must write the word indicating your opinion, then the word indicating its size, then the word indicating age, then shape, then color, then origin, then material, then purpose. Right? This is the right order. So please keep this, I'm not saying that all these things must be there in a sentence, but whatever the adjectives that are there, you must see this order. You must you can say go along with this, along with this order. Okay, along with this order, you have to go. For example, let us see the options here. Okay, let it be here like this only. Mrs. Lalita has a round, black, huge, good leather bag. Right. Mrs. Lalita has got. So what is that? What should we do? First of all, opinion. We are talking about this bag. Okay, we are talking about that object. What should we first of all do? We should express our opinion. Opinion is what? Good. Good is a opinion. Good is there in everywhere. Okay, here good is there. Okay, good. Then huge, size is there. Okay, shape. Okay, round. Okay, and then shape, color, black, and then origin is not there. Of course, if it's not there, okay, leave it. Material, leather. Well, now let us see that. Okay, you check this list with that. Okay, first you have to open your good. Then what is that? Shape, huge. Sorry, then what is that? Size, then shape, then color, then material. So that's why this is right. These others are not right. Okay, now you go to the next question. 80th one. Read the following jumbled sentences. P, Q, R, S, T. Five sentences are given here. They are given in a jumbled order. You have to keep them in an order. Jumbled means no, in a disorder. Okay. Okay, right. Here, five questions are given, five statements are given, and now let us see the one. Okay, first you read the things and fix the statements. P. I have something to tell you, said the rabbit. I have something to tell you, said the rabbit. Okay, this is the first. A whale swam over to see who was calling her and looked around. A whale, a big whale, you know very well, sea whale. Okay, the whale swam over to see. It swam to the to shore and to see who was calling her and looked around. And who called me? So thinking in that way, that whale came to the shore and it was looking around. Right. You are too small and weak to say anything to me, said the whale and set off back into the ocean. And this whale said, you are very small to tell me anything. Chalo, I don't want to listen to you. So then saying that, the whale went back into the ocean. Right. After a few minutes, she saw a tiny rabbit jumping up and down on a cliff. So after a few minutes, that she means here the whale saw a tiny rabbit, a small rabbit jumping up and down. Rabbit, did you just call me over here? Rabbit, did you call me just over here? Did you call me over here? Said the whale impatiently. Okay, these are the five statements. What must be the first one? This Q must be the first one. A whale swam over to see who was calling her. And that whale felt somebody was calling her. So she came to the shore. And she was looking around. That must be the first question. And then what is that? After a few minutes, she saw a tiny rabbit jumping up and down. So yes must be the right one. After a few minutes, she saw a tiny rabbit jumping up and down. And when she was looking around, she came across a tiny rabbit. It was jumping up and down on a cliff. Okay, then what must be there? Then this rabbit said, T. Rabbit, did you just call me over here? The whale is asking, hey, rabbit, did you call me just over here? T must be there. Then this rabbit says, I have something to tell you, said the rabbit. Okay, this P must be there, right? Then the remaining one is what? R. What is that? Then they say, you are too small and weak to say anything to me. Het, you are very small and very weak. You cannot tell me anything because I am very big. I must only tell you. You must listen to me. That's all. But I cannot allow you to tell me anything. Saying that whale went back into the ocean. So here, QSTPR, that must be your answer, right? Now identify the right order of the sentences to make meaningful paragraph. Okay. Now, okay, Q's, two Q's are there here. And these T's are wrong. Therefore, they are dropped, eliminated. Q's are there. Then Q, yes. Yeah. On second thing only, it is dropped. No, the second one is dropped. QSTPR. QSTPR. This is only, third one is only absolute right. 1, 2, 4 are wrong. Only third one is the right one. Now let's go to the next question. 81st question. The detective story engrossed the readers all the way to the surprising ending. Engrossed. This is the word and underlined. And what is the question asked? The underlined word means, now the examiner is asking you, the test giver, you are all test takers and he is the test giver. Okay, this test giver is asking you to give its meaning, tell its meaning. What are the options given here? Divided attention? No. Engrossed means divided. Caused excitement due to suspense? No. Created interest in such a manner that you forget yourself. This is right. And encourage you to read the whole story. No. So only 1, 2, 4 are wrong and third one is the right one. Okay. Engrossed means what? To take, okay, take the attention of, to take the attention of, to take the complete attention of. Suppose you are watching some serial. You must have observed your friends watching some cricket match or some serial. No, they'll be totally engrossed in that. They'll watching like anything. Okay, and they don't, you can say, take care of. They don't notice anything happening around them. Okay, engrossed means fully, you can, wrapped in attention, fully, taking the full attention of that particular thing. Okay, that is the meaning. Right, now let's go to the next question. 82 to 86. The following passages has 5 numbered blanks and each blank has 4 alternatives. For each blank 4 alternatives are given. Okay, this is a passage with 4 blanks. Okay, and for each blank 4 alternatives are suggested. Out of that you have to choose the right one. That's only the job you have to do. And what is the passage? Okay, this is a beautiful passage. I will never go back to that place, Albert assured him. I dash this certificate to the head teacher tomorrow and that will be the end of it. Don't dash to get a reference in, dash from your mathematics teacher first. Yuri reminded him. Mr. Coach willingly gave Albert the reference he wanted. If I say I can't teach you dash, and probably you will soon be able to teach me dash, he asked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blanks are given. Now, I'm sorry to say, I cannot come back to this passage because it's a PowerPoint presentation. So, I'll take the help of my iPhone and read out the things and let us see the questions. Come on. 82nd one is there. Okay. Here are given 4 options, 4 alternatives for that 82nd blank. Take, would take, I am going to take, took. So, here, what is the question? I dash this certificate to the head teacher tomorrow. This is I dash this certificate to the head teacher tomorrow. I dash means I take this certificate, or I would take, or I am going to take, or took. What is that? So here you cannot say what is that, would take and took. These are eliminated, and only take and I am going to take. So this take is simple present. Okay, this is simple present and this is present continuous. Okay, you know that very well. Present continuous. So which one is to be used? So let me tell you about the simple present. Simple present tense is used what? You can say to indicate scheduled tasks or timetable. Okay, generally, it is also used to indicate definite near future actions. definite near future actions. Okay, that too fixed future actions, scheduled future actions, timetables. Okay, and here that's why this is not correct. And present continuous is used to you can say it is also used to indicate a future action, but it is already planned one or arranged one. And here this teacher is going to this teacher is going to what this certificate to the head teacher tomorrow. He has decided to take that certificate to the head teacher tomorrow. That is planned and arranged. So that's why here whenever you plan something already, whenever you plan something whenever you arrange something to indicate that you must use present continuous tense, not this present simple present tense. This simple present tense is there to indicate scheduled actions or timetable. For example, the plane arrives at 10 o'clock. Okay, the school starts at 9 o'clock, something. It's a scheduled action. You have not fixed that. The head of the institution has fixed it. So like that, so the scheduled actions or timetable. So to indicate those future actions only, this is simple present used and not this present continuous tense, right? So this present continuous is used to indicate a planned future action. Here he has planned to meet that, give that certificate to some head teacher. So it's a planned one, right? And certificate. That's why I'm going to take, this is the right one and all others are the wrong one. And now you go to the next blank, and here permit, forget, think, allow is there. Then what is that? Don't dash to get. Don't dash to get means don't dash means don't permit to get, wrong. Don't think to get, wrong. Don't allow to get, wrong. Don't forget to get. Here the sentence, don't forget to get a reference, a recommendation letter, reference. Somebody has told me about this, like that, some reference. Okay, right. Don't forget to get. So here in this 83rd blank, forget is to be used, not others. And 84th blank, reference in dash from your mathematics teacher. Some reference, some recommendation. How? In dash from your mathematics teacher. In dash means what? So here 84th one, in dash means in writing, not the write, not the wrote, not the. So in writing, whatever you some assurance you take from somebody, what do? Give me in writing, you say that you will pay this amount on so and so date. Give me in writing. Give me your details in writing. Give me your phone number in writing. In writing. In writing means what is that? So in the form of writing, right? Okay, here this is there, in writing from your mathematics teacher first, and then you reminded him, Mr. Coach willingly gave all but the reference he wanted. If I say I can't teach you dash, 85th one. If I say I can't teach you some more and more, all the more, no, because these are all they are used with the positive statements. But here I can't teach. If I say I can't teach you more, can you say can't teach more and more? Can't teach some more? Can't teach all the more? No. So with the negative statements, with a negative statement, these are not used. Only with the any more is used, because any is used with negative statements and interrogative questions. Okay, so it's like that. Yes, what is that? It's there. Right, I will say account, and then and probably you will soon be able to teach me dash, he asked. Okay, what is the last one? 86th one. Should it be all right? Will that be all right? Is that all right? Was that all right? Now what is it saying? If I say I can't teach you, you take that statement only. If I say what is that? It is in the simple present. After the simple present, there must be there must be only simple future tense. Simple present tense follows only simple future tense. Okay, here if I say I can't teach you, should it be no? Is that no? Was that no? Will that be all right? Will that be all right? So that's why, because if I say I can't teach you, if I say that simple present, after this there must be simple future, because already some simple present is there, and then there must be simple future tense. So in that way, logically thinking and grammatically thinking, you have to use the correct answers. Okay, these are the answers to the you can say passage with 5 blanks. And now let's go to the next question. 87th one. The checklist given in each unit at the end in the English textbooks are meant for what? At the end of each unit, some checklists are given. Whether you have learned vocabulary, whether you have learned understood the grammar, whether you have learned you can say noun phrases, noun clauses, something like that. Whatever the checklist is given at the end of the unit or of the English textbook, they are meant for what? 4 options are given. Let us see that. For the assessment of pupils by their headmasters. Is it for the assessment of pupils by the headmaster? No. Is it for the assessment of pupils by the teacher? No. Is it for the self-assessment for the pupils? Yes. For the assessment of pupils by the parents? No. This checklist is given at the end of each unit only for the assessment of self-assessment by the pupils or by the students themselves. That is there. So this is right one, sir. All others are wrong. Now you go to the 88th one. A test is considered reliable if dash. When is a test said to be reliable? So it's a pedagogy question, right? And here you see students get the same result when it is conducted again. Yes, the very first one is the right one. When the same test is reconducted, if the students get the same marks, what happens? That is, the test is called reliable. Same test repeated, same marks must repeat. Okay, if the students get different marks, it's not the reliable test. That's why students get the same result, same marks when it is conducted again. It is reconducted. Okay, right. Okay, and all others are wrong. Please, I don't want to waste my precious time. It measures what it claims to measure. No, it covers all the items in the syllabus. No, all the students pass in. No, right. 89th one, the last but one question. The function-based and task-centered approach is what? Situational approach? No. The SOS approach? No. The structural approach? No. The communicative approach. So, task-centered. In the classroom, what happens? The teacher gives a task to the students. And then what happens? It's a language class. What is that? When a task-centered approach, in this approach, what happens? The students are expected to learn the language very easily. And this communicative approach is very interesting. They are allowed to speak whatever they want. They can speak correctly. They try to speak correctly. At least they pick up good language. So this communicative approach is nothing but a task-centered approach or function-based approach. These are the other names: function-based, task-centered approach, or communicative approach. So here, as far as my knowledge goes with this, I go with this, the communicative approach, right? And you go to the last one. Formative assessment is based on 4 tools. Formative assessment means, already in one of my earlier videos, I have told you very clearly. Formative means, the teachers are expected to gauge or measure the progress of the students every now and then. Okay. Every time that assessment is, that's called assessment. That assessment is a continuous process. Every time you should assess the students, whether they are improving or whether they are progressing or regressing. That is the thing a good teacher will always wants to know. Of course, I am not talking about careless and negligent teachers. I am only talking about all are very good teachers. Okay. Okay, some devoted, committed teachers are there. They always, they try to assess the progress of the students. That's very important. And for that, what is that? They do what are the 4 tools? They take into consideration. Means, okay, notebook, slip test. Okay, project work, own writings. Records. Okay, here notebook, slip test. Okay, notebooks are okay. Slip okay. Project work okay. And here, what is that? Own writings are not there. Okay, so it's not correct. Observation. Okay, notebooks, project work, slip test. This is correct because the teacher will observe the students every time throughout the day, because most of the time the students will be with the teacher only. Only in the morning and in the evening they will be with their parents. So that's why the teacher can mold the life of the children. That's why it is said in the Vedas, Acharya Devo Bhava. Acharya is not an ordinary person. He is just like God. Okay, right. And here observation is very important. notebooks, project work, through notebooks, some assignment is given, and how he is doing that assignment, okay, that can be found from the project work. Some project work is given in the classroom or here and there, okay. That slip test, okay, slip test means all of you know very well about all these things. So observation, notebooks, project work, slip test, this is the right answer. And records, okay, slip test, notebook. Performance in curricular activities, no, it's not correct. Individual performance, performance in group, project work, so it's not correct. Only observation is very important. Every time the teacher must observe his or her students. Notebooks, project work, etc. So as far as my knowledge goes with this formative assessment, these are the 4 important tools, okay. Hello dear test takers, thank you so much for watching this video, and if necessary, please watch this video again and again. And if at all you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if at all you really can say like it, please share it with your good friends also, okay. And with one more video for TET paper 1 is also there waiting for being uploaded. 2012 TET paper 1 is there. I'm going to upload it very shortly. You wait for that, okay. Please watch all the you can say video from the beginning till the end without fail. You will benefit largely from this video. With another beautiful video, I'll be back to you. Until then, see you all, okay. Right.